My dear sisters and children, we know in St. John's Gospel there are lots of theological passages. One of them is in today's Gospel, chapter 8, verses 31 to 42, where Jesus speaks about how to become free in our lives. But when Jesus speaks about the freedom, they answer that we were never been in bondage. Is the Israelites never in bondage? They were. They were in Egypt, they were in bondage. Then when Jesus was there on the earth, they were under the bondage of the Romans. And they expected Jesus to free them from the Roman empires. And that is what their understanding of Jesus and the Messiah. A Messiah would come and free them and give you a worldly kingdom. But Jesus did not do so, because Jesus' way of understanding about freedom and the kingdom is completely different. And therefore, Jesus is telling to them, if you continue in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. So now immediately they say to Jesus, have never been under slavery. One contradiction. And another thing is they are not able to understand that slavery comes due to sinful nature or sinful acts. That they are unable to understand. When we talk to people like our sacrament of penance and confession, many do not understand the concept of penance and confession. They question, how is it possible? How is it possible? They do not go beyond that, because they are limited with the worldly knowledge and worldly experience, and therefore they do not know what sin can do to a human nature, how human nature can be deformed, and how it can be, demerited due to sin. Why did Adam and Eve come out of the Garden of Eden? Because of sin. Because of sin only they lost that beautiful thing God created. They lost their beauty and lost their own true nature to be like God. So God created them in the image of God. All this they lost. And therefore when Jesus is trying to tell them that he has come to free them, they are unable to understand, and even they argue with Jesus, and they tell, we are children of Abraham and we are not born of fornication, and they go further consolidating their negative views about Jesus and about teaching. They are not able to come closer to Jesus. Many brethren, when we say for an example, even within the Christianity, when we talk with Protestant brethren with regards to how God frees us through the act of, through the sacrament of penance, they do not understand. They will just question us, where it is said in the Bible? Where not? They do not go deeper in the God, Jesus' words, what Jesus said and what Jesus meant, they will not take into account. They will just question us. Is there anywhere said in the Bible? Please show me one quotation from the Bible. Like that. But they do not understand the concept of sacrament of penance, how men can be freed. The Henry Newman, he was an Anglican, and he strongly believed in the teachings of Luther and John Calvin and all. But at the end, when he studied the Catholic Church very deeply, and through the sacrament of penance only, he came back to the Catholic Church. That's why people many often say, a strong Protestant will become a Catholic, and a weak Catholic will become a Protestant. You understand the concept? A strong Protestant, because when they go on searching, and finally they will land up in the teachings of the Catholic Church. But whereas the weak Catholics immediately, बाइबल में ये कहीं तो नहीं है, आप जो बोल रहे हैं whether it is true, whatever you are telling is true, because nowhere it is said in the Bible like that, because they are weak in their faith. So here these passages are telling to us how we can free ourselves from the bondage of sin. And for that, the Catholic Church has the sacrament of penance and the confirmation. And because they understood the teaching of Jesus, because only sin makes us slaves. Even if the government makes so many laws against us, we will never become slaves unless we are bound by sins. Only sin can make us slaves. The laws, they can limit us saying something. The laws can limit us establishing something. But they can never limit us in our free thinking. They can never limit us in our free doing. That cannot be done by any law of the land or any law of the any country. Because when we are free, when we are not bound by sin, we are not bound by any slavery, any bondage. And therefore, let us try to understand better and live a good Catholic life. Amen.